Can you hear it? Eugene is buzzing over the Ducks' new head coach. Good evening, I'm Brian Richardson. Earlier today, Mark Helfrich was officially named the successor of Chip Kelly. KEZI 9 News Sports Director Jake Zivan back with us again. So, Jake, kind of a promotion like this within the Duck program, this really isn't anything new here.
Oregon always stresses next man in within their program. That applies whether it's a player who gets injured, whether it's a player who jumps to the NFL, right, whether it's the head coach who decides to leave for the pros. Mark Helfrich's promotion, a perfect example of that. He was introduced as the 32nd head coach in Oregon history at a press conference this afternoon at Autzen Stadium. Helfrich was Oregon's offensive coordinator for the past 4 seasons under Chip Kelly and is the 3rd straight offensive coordinator to be promoted to head coach at Oregon. When Rich Brooks left in '95, Mike Bellotti got the gig. Then from Bellotti, it went to Chip Kelly. Now from Kelly to Mark Helfrich. So continuity continues in the Casanova Center. Our Eric Elkin has more on that, how the Ducks plan to keep it rolling.
On his first day as Oregon head football coach, Mark Helfrich seemed very emotional as he becomes the first native Oregonian to become head football coach since 1942.
It is my honor and pleasure to introduce the new football coach at the University of Oregon, Mark Helfrich.
Coaching at Oregon is the pinnacle for me.
Mark Helfrich reaches that pinnacle at the age of 39, and he now faces the daunting challenge of having to carry on the unprecedented success the Ducks had under Chip Kelly. Sunday, Helfrich assured Duck fans they won't see a lot of change.
Going forward, we will attack in all phases. We will embrace innovation, as we will continue to do, and we're going to strive our best to win each and every day.
But part of Helfrich's winning formula will include some differences.
I bet 99.2% of the time we're in lockstep. You know, it's going to be that 0.8% where you go, oh, that's totally different. You know, I won't wear a visor. I'll eat more vegetables.
Helfrich didn't shoot down the idea of possibly reopening practices to the public and media, instead saying he'll cross that bridge when he gets there. As for in-game situations, Helfrich was asked if he'll have that same high-risk, go-for-it-on 4th down mentality that Chip became so well known for.
To be determined. We're going to try to, we're going to try to score. We're going to try to win, in those situations, and more importantly, we're going to try to prepare great.
During the news conference, Helfrich had joked about asking for a lifetime contract, but then said he didn't get it. Instead, it'll be a 5-year deal worth $9 million. Inside of Autzen Stadium, Eric Elkin, KEZI 9 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Eric. Here are the details of that 5-year, $9 million contract. The money will be paid evenly over the period at $1.8 million per year. The contract will automatically extend 1 year each time the Ducks win 11 games in a season, as long as one of those wins is a BCS or a playoff game. Of course, we're moving to the playoff in a couple years. He can earn up to $1.035 million every year as a bonus if he meets every academic and on-field performance bonus level. And he has some nice fringe benefits as well. The use of 2 cars, membership at Eugene Country Club, and a skybox at every home game for his friends and his family. Oregon Athletic Director Rob Mullen said he interviewed 5 candidates in person for the job, did not specify how many he spoke to on the phone. He said there were other internal candidates other than Helfrich, but wouldn't give a number on how many. It's been reported over the past year that Helfrich was the top choice, and nothing in this search did anything to change that.
You know, we were very thorough, again, internally, externally. I talked to a lot of people, NFL people, agents, scouts, ADs, other coaches. And so we gathered a lot of input. And fortunately for us, it all pointed to one person. And he happened to live right here in the same zip code.
Repping the 974001 or 2 or 3 or 8. A group of 5 Ducks was at today's press conference. Marcus Mariota, D'Anthony Thomas, Hronis Grasu, Brian Jackson, and Ricky Hemuli. The players were visibly relaxed and upbeat. They said they gave Helfrich a standing ovation when the move was announced at a team meeting last night. It's clear everybody is on board with Mark Helfrich.
It was a great vibe in our meeting last night, and I feel like our team is excited for Coach Helfrich to, step up and, learn from him and just keep everything dialed in and just stay focused and focus on what we got to do and just live in the moment.
I feel like, we all really wanted Coach Helfrich to get it. And, from the moment we've heard it last night, I think just the excitement and just the kind of vibe, D'Anthony was touching on it. Just the vibe of the team was, unreal.
And it'd be fun for me to finally get coached by him because, just what I seen from him, he looks like a nice guy. And like now, I told him the first time I found out, I was like, I'll finally be able to hear you talk more. And he was like, I don't know if that's a good thing, but.
Couple housekeeping notes. Helfrich confirmed the reported departure of defensive line coach Jerry Azzinaro, who went to Philadelphia with Chip Kelly. That means Helfrich will now have 2 spots on his staff to fill, the defensive line coach and then an offensive assistant that is essentially the spot vacated by Kelly. We don't know, however, what that spot will be. It might be the wide receiver coach. That's because last night the Register Guard reported that Scott Frost will be promoted from wide receiver coach to offensive coordinator under Helfrich, but Helfrich, nor would the University of Oregon confirm that move at the press conference today. And Brian, during Mark Helfrich's opening statement, LaMichael James, a guy coached by Helfrich, scored his first career NFL TD for the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. Pretty cool timing on that. We'll have highlights of LaMike and the Niners later on in the show.
And one note here that is very cool is the fact that Helfrich is, in fact, an Oregon native, which make things,
First one since 1942, over 70 years to be the head coach of the Ducks.
That is very, very cool, and he should be very proud now that he's new head coach there.
He definitely is.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah.